Writers collect entries by writing about special objects.
Hi writers! I hope you collected lots of entries about favorite places and favorite people in your lives and the stories you think about when you think about those people and places. Well, when you first learned about nouns, you learned that nouns name people, places, and objects. So today, we're going to learn how writers can get ideas for their writing by thinking about special objects. Now, sometimes you can think about that special object by closing your eyes and imagining it. So if I was to do that right now, one of the special objects in my home is, I have a metal elephant in my living room. So what I'm going to do right now is to put today's date on my paper, just like I do every time I have a new entry. And I'm going to write special objects. Does this feel familiar? It should. And one of my special objects is a metal elephant that I have in my living room. It was a gift from my sister. Now, I have two other special objects that I keep in my office. One of them is a book. It's The Giving Tree. And The Giving Tree is my all-time favorite book. And I have some other special objects in my office, like Smurfette. She's a soccer-playing Smurf, and I loved Smurfs growing up. And I have this. It's a bat. Well, a mini bat, that is. Now, before we go any farther, I'm going to ask that you stop and think about at least 3 special objects in your life. Do that right now.
Stop and list 3 special objects in your life.
Okay, writers, did you jot down those special objects in your life? Now comes the hard part. When we start to write about special objects in our lives, we're not going to write like this. We're not going to say, I really love The Giving Tree because it's my favorite book. And it's my favorite book because I love how the tree would give apples to the boy. Because that's not a story. That's giving information about why you like the book. Stories have characters, and they have setting, and they have the characters taking actions. So when we write, we're going to think about a story that relates to this object. So let me start to do that right now. I've got it. This book was really important to me as a teacher because I read it at the first day of every school year, no matter if I was teaching 1st grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, or 5th grade. And I read it again on the last day of every school year. So see what I just did again? I told you. I didn't show you. So now I'm going to show you, my readers, my story. I sat in front of the class. I could still feel the butterflies in my stomach. It didn't matter if it was the first day of school for me or my 10th year of teaching. I always felt a little nervous on that first day. My new students were in front of me. I could tell by how they were moving up and down that they were a little nervous too. I took a big, deep breath in and out. And I said to myself, Megan, you can do it. It's all going to be okay. And that's when I reached for that book that always made me feel better. It was The Giving Tree. Boys and girls, I said, I'd like to start our school year by reading to you one of my favorite books. It's called The Giving Tree, and my mom gave it to me when I was very little. Did you see how I did that, writers? I didn't tell you why this was my favorite book. but I shared a story about how this book was a part of my life, and I just did the dress rehearsal for my writing. Can you try that right now? Can you write in the air and tell a story about your special object and a moment in your life with your special object? Go ahead and do that now.
Stop. Practice telling your story in the air.
So writers, did you practice telling that story in the air? While you were doing that, I started writing it. My entry in my writer's notebook. It looks like this. As I sat down in front of the 20 pairs of eyes and 20 moving bodies on the rug in front of me, I could feel the butterflies in my stomach. You can do it, Megan, I said to myself, reminding myself that the first day of school always made me nervous. Boys and girls, I said gently, as I held up my worn copy of The Giving Tree, each year I begin the year by reading this book. It's been my favorite since my mom first gave it to me when I was 6 years old. Writers, what I did today was I took an object and I didn't tell you about it. I created a story that told you a moment of my life with that special object. Now I could do that with my mini bat. I could tell you the story of when I was in Louisville, Kentucky at the bat factory and how I got this mini bat. I could do it with Smurfette. I could tell you the story of how I would collect Smurfs when I was little and how every time I went away, my mom would bring me a new one. Each time, no matter what the item or the object is, I can tell a story about that object. And that's another tool we have in our writer's toolbox. We have the ability to use objects, just like special people and special places, to give us ideas for our writing. So today, that's what you're going to do. Take one of those items from your list and write a moment about that special object. Have a great day.
Go write. Don't tell about the object. Tell a story about a moment with that object.